Welcome back to Whiskey and Wit. This is Seymour coming to you once again, and I'm joined tonight by
Dr. Richard Cranium, or as you can call me, Rich.
What? Really?
Richard.
Richard? Not
Rich?
not Doc, not Doc Cranium, not Chrome Dome.
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. You know what? I like Doc Ock.
Hey, you works as well. I pretty much respond to
This
anybody
guy.
that will talk
That's
to me.
his name.
Yeah.
This guy.
This guy.
All right. We wanted to come back and revisit Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. So, Stranger of Paradise, still reading that title off the screen because I can't for the life of me remember the name. This just makes no sense. What we've been doing is over the last week, we've gotten a little bit further in depth to this game. Just wanted to really get through a lot of the game just to see what's going on, what this game has to offer. And give it a fair second opinion here. So we have played through probably about 15, 20-ish hours of this game now. Well, here we are. You've got a full view of the world map. You can see a bunch of the missions that I've cleared. We've also gone through and done a bunch of these side missions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up I don't even know what mission this is, but I'm going to pull up this side mission and we're going to run through it.
It's not the one where you died every time trying to show it, right?
No, but see, that one I was actually, like, out-leveled, outgunned.
Oh, there's no cliffs for you to fall off of. Okay, all right, that's definitely a better choice.
Wow. My harshest critic, right here. Right here.
I have not
you
seen him
guys to
play a
criticize
game
me.
and not fall off a cliff.
You know, someone has to explore because sometimes there's secret areas.
So what you're saying, Seymour, is you're a professional spelunker.
Yes. Actually, I'm a professional cliff diver too. I just like to throw that out there. Now, I am playing right now as the Ronin class, which is one of the alternate classes that you get. So far, I've unlocked about 7 or 8 classes. Oh, that Harpy said no. She does not like the Ronin.
Nice dodge.
And I went right back to my swordsman. I've tried several of the different classes in this game at this point. So far, the very first class that you get, the is amazing.
Hulk Smash!
Hulk Smash, yes.
Yeah, I still can't get up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I have to reconcile Final Fantasy and finishing moves that they've incorporated Mortal Kombat.
Well, you know, so with this game, it definitely rewards you for doing the finishing moves. It's one of the things that we've discovered.
So this is a good time to mention that I was trying to play last week multiplayer, like maybe checking it out. So if you want to play, you can play with up to 2 of your buddies remotely, and they're the 2 other characters in your party. So that means that you can play this remotely with other people. So I guess if it's one person, one of the guys is AI, and then it's the you and your bud, and then but otherwise you can do three people remotely. We should probably like have a go at that at some point, see what it feels like.
So this is also a good time to mention that I just muted Richard Cranium's headset here. We actually just really didn't want to play with him last week, which is why we didn't do that last week. Oh wait, did I mute you?
We're in the same room.
Dead troll.
Question: with the new Final Fantasy games, do they have English subs as well?
So if you'd actually watched the video that we did last week.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I was too busy hanging out with my girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't tell his wife that. So this game does have Japanese and audio, or Japanese and English audio and subtitles.
Oh, okay. So you can switch between the two.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay.
We are playing this with the Japanese Japanese audio, simply because it looks and feels more natural. I can handle it.
Yeah.
Some people just can't stand the Japanese audio. I get it. But for me, it's the lip syncing issues.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't match up. Yeah.
Oh! There is a giant ballista that is pegging me from afar.
Pegging?
Pegging.
Seymour, everything. Everything. Everything goes back to the butt. See, you land that third? Yep, you land that third one. Your boys kind of let you down on that one. I feel like this game would be a lot easier multiplayer.
Maybe. Sometimes there's definitely been a few
Those
fights.
AI guys, they're reminding me of those early Call of Duty AI guys. Just, what are you doing?
So there is a option, or there are buttons here I can use to force them to press the attack. And there are definitely some fights that have been so difficult that I just kind of like hang back.
Hulk smash!
All the damage.
Hulk smash.
Yes, Hulk smash is very handy. So one thing that we were very, very critical of last week, we talked a lot about how this game compares to Souls-like games. Sheep and Sleep, that was here last week, is a big Souls-like fan, and he loves those games. I do not. And so whenever I see a game that boasts challenging combat now, I always get a little bit nervous. Am I going to waste my money on a game like Dark Souls that, you know, hey, a lot of people love those games, but I'm just not going to enjoy it. Because it's not the type of game for me. And I get a little bit nervous. And this is one of those games that made me nervous because I knew it was talking and boasting about challenging combat. And it turns out that this game, you know, it is definitely challenging combat, but it is by no means Souls-like. And the way I know that is because I've been able to progress in the game. See, these environments, like, I don't know, they just kind of...
Very Dracula-esque right now.
Yeah, but, you know, as I go from room to room, I don't really get this sense of exploration at all. I'm just kind of drifting from one room to another.
The nice thing, have you noticed the music changing?
Yeah,
Suddenly?
the music is amazing. I do like the music. Okay. Bosses in this game are very challenging. And as I've been playing through it, generally, oh god, this guy. This is a insanely challenging boss. So first you gotta get him off his horse. By the way, this is a boss that I killed by sending my minions in to kill him for me. While he's on his horse, he is very difficult. Most of his attacks can't even be blocked, even if you were someone that was skilled at blocking. I am not, so it's not a big deal, but it's still annoying.
Whoop.
There we go.
Oh!
Dead horse.
Oh, that's,
I killed Flick.
I guess it's a good thing it was a demon horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... Otherwise, PETA had some issues.
Alright.
I'm not dead yet!
Got him on my first try.
Nice.
And I'm gonna admit it's only because
I'm not dead! There we go! He's still... Oh, okay.
I fully admit I probably spent about 2 hours learning this fight the other night. The first time I went through and killed this guy. He is very difficult the first time you come through. At least for someone of my skill level. Maybe you're better skilled than me, but...
Probably.
So, you know, final comments about this Final Fantasy. Ha ha ha, see what I did there. In terms of overall gameplay, I am having fun with it. It's certainly a much more challenging game than I'm used to playing. I mean, it's got some decent action play to it. It feels a lot more like modern action games, where it's a lot more reactive and engaged than just hitting the same button over and over again. There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve. Don't get discouraged if you pick this game right off the bat and, you know, have difficulty with your very first goblin. It's got a learning curve, but if someone like me can learn it, we're not going to talk about him, but if someone like me can learn it, then I think that anybody can kind of pick this up and appreciate it. You do get that little rush that people that play Souls-like games feel when they finally beat their first boss and yeah, I did it. But this game does give you a little bit of that feeling as well. Graphics-wise, the scenery, when you first see it in each stage, it looks great, it looks cool, but then it gets really old really quickly. So I'm not as big of a fan of the graphics on this game.
Number one thing that all Final Fantasy games do, though, well, is the music. That it's subtle and it changes. You're not even noticing it. That you could tell when you were going to a different area. That the music changed.
Yeah.
So,
and that's always a good thing.
It drew me in.
Now, by the way, by far the most important thing for any modern game, and I'm looking at you, EA, and I'm looking at you, Bethesda.
EA.
This game, I have played for probably 15 to 20 hours at this point. I have crashed absolutely 0 times. And there is something to be said for that. Because if you can make a game in 2022 of this caliber and you don't crash, you're already at the top of the pack as far as I'm concerned. So that is something that I really appreciate here. As far as I know, there weren't any crazy day one patches. Maybe there were, and I just haven't done my homework. But I have not crashed at all. I still crash when I'm playing Skyrim every now and then. And that game is, 15 years old now? Something stupid like that?
At least, yeah, it's getting there. Getting there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost old enough to drive.
Yeah. I mean, I do have to give it to Square Enix and Team Ninja. You guys did an amazing job of making a bug-free game. The thing works the way it's supposed to. I can certainly appreciate the challenge of the game. Overall, I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. Sheep and Sleep, if he were here, he would tell you the same thing. And I think it's definitely worth giving a good look at this game. It's definitely a fun change of pace here. All right, now give me 3 facts about Lagavulin.
Okay, it's on one of the South Islas. All right, so there are 3 distilleries on the south end of Isla, and it's Lefroy.
That's an N. That's an E. Keep going.
So it goes Lefroy, Lagavulin, and Ardbeg.
That's an R.
Those 3 distilleries are at the bottom of the island.
That's a D.
They have very similar characteristics, but are also quite unique in themselves.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe.